Ooh. Okay, I want to start that again because that was some beautiful stuff. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I just recorded my video for Saltatio Mortis. I'm still excited. Go check that one out if you haven't yet. It's live on the channel. So now I'm going to take a look at another video by Spiritbox. So I'm really excited to go take a look and check it out. But before we dive into it, let me just tell you who I am, what we do here. My name is Melinda Reaper. I am a filmmaker. I am a writer and director. I also produce stuff. And I have been working in the film industry for the past 10 years or so in a variety of roles. And I'm getting more and more into the industry currently, where I'm working on my first 2 features. I am working on pitching a TV show. I just worked on an Amazon production too. So I have a wide array of experience, directing, writing, also editing, quite a bit of, and pitching as well. So like my experience is a little bit more all around. So that's why I love all of these music videos. I think that they're mini movies, and I specifically in the metal scene, I love what people are doing. My favorite genres are horror, sci-fi, fantasy. So there's always a little bit of something that I get to really enjoy and dig into. Let's get into Spiritbox's Perennial. Ooh. Okay, I want to start that again because that was some beautiful stuff. I love this. Woo, such beautiful colors. Wow, look at the reds here. So they really, it's fairly warm toned, so they up the reds a little bit in here to really make the browns of the tree really stand out, and all these branches here, really shallow depth of field. We're only seeing like this little bit of moss here, and some of the branches which are in the same depth. And we have, really, really beautiful bokeh here in the background. Just very stunning, and it's like there's a little bit of like a ray of light, like right here, just hitting that beautifully. And then we set the scene with the band. They're in a forest, and another shot I really loved. Okay, let's go. Beautiful. Oh, it immediately sets the mood of this, right? So it feels like we're sort of like in a more languid setting. Now we know that Spiritbox makes pretty loud music, but obviously like, okay, so we're here in this forest, the sun is sitting low, it's a little bit later, we have this golden hour type of light going on, beautiful little pond here, so we get some reflections, which is really stunning, and they're all dressed in black, as so it really looks very nice. And I love how the light reflects off the drum kit here. That's looking really nice. Oh, and this was the shot I wanted to mention. It's like, again, we have a really shallow depth of field. It's like even more shallow than on the tree. But here we see this beautiful spider web sort of moving in the wind. And this looks like it must have been shot with like a macro lens, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to get up so close and get so much detail on something so small. Really loving the color grading here again. It's fairly dark, lots of greens, and very warm toned. Just very pretty and interesting choices. I love also the serif font here. A little bit unusual, but it all feels very cinematic right away. Just the choices that they make in terms of the the setting and like the beautiful shots here and some movement on them. So here we have a smoke machine going, which is causing all of the light, the sun is really bouncing off of the smoke, which is so beautiful. And we have the beautiful forest. They really amped up the saturation of the green in this shot, as well as the other shot that we saw. This one. Oops. I love this shot of Courtney. This one here, same thing. Lots and lots of greens. We have a smoke machine going somewhere, and we see these beautiful rays of light bouncing off of the smoke, but also off of the guitar player here. Beautiful. Just really beautiful. Okay, I'm not gonna interrupt for a second. I'm sorry. Beautiful. What a beautiful location to shoot. So a couple shots here, stunningly done. So this is the first time we're kind of out of the forest. Almost looks like she's got glitter on her face. I'm getting a slight Twilight callback here, but it's probably water, and it's reflecting the sunlight on her face. And this just looks very beautiful. I love how soft everything looks around her. It's slightly pinkish, the environment, which is really pretty. Very soft. So that's beautiful. And then she's up on the hill here. Again, sort of later in the day, because the shadows are long, and it hits her, like the sun just hits the side of her face really beautifully. And again, it's very pinkish. There's a bit of noise as well, I see, even though we're at 4K. It's a little bit, might be YouTube compression though, because that can sometimes just completely mess up your upload. But still, it feels very almost like it was shot on film. And it's because it's not entirely crisp, and the background feels a little bit crushed. I don't know. It might be that. But I love also here the reflections of the trees on the water. It's just a very moody setting. And then, oops, we have this one. Her makeup here is very 70s, and the hair does the same thing, where it's like they gave her a blowout with the curls going to the side, which is giving that very 70s kind of look, which may be contributing to the fact why I'm feeling like this was shot on actual film. It would be so rare for productions to do that though, because it's very expensive. And if I don't think that's what they did, but they definitely color graded it to make it feel like it was. And that pinkish tone is also a little bit more of a 70s look. So it's very nice. It's very, yeah, just very moody and nice. I love this. Why can't you see the lights are synchronizing into the shadows underneath? Why can't you see the lights are synchronizing? I feel them change velocities. Draw slow when you take from me. I need time. It's just I can't suffer honestly. The taste of chemicals keep me alive. I feel the pain through a surrogate. The brittle bones of a middle child. They call a state of emergency to get me back to my baseline. So this is really reminding me, like the way that she's styled here. As I said, it's like very 70s, but it's also reminding me a little bit of the movie The Love Witch, which I'll put a picture of what the main character looks like, and you'll see why it's reminding me. Really loving this like reflection here. You know, it's very pretty. I love the little scenes where here they're in pitch black, and then the light is, you know, shining over them, and it looks like they have like a smoke machine going with color pigment, which I've never seen before. Very cool. Love that. loving some of the slow motion they got going on, where she's in the water. She's moving. They shot that in slow motion. Some of this is shot in slow motion. So to achieve the slow motion look while still singing with the music at the in the right pace, you have to speed up the singing at the right amount, as this sort of same amount as you're speeding up the frame rate. So it's really well done because it's looking so smooth as she's still singing at the same pace. So very, very nice. Love this shot in particular. We have a lovely little lens flare here and the beautiful rolling hills here. And again, it's very sort of pinkish, very warm. It's looking very cozy, and I love her dress with this as well, which is calling back to the other little shot that we have, where she is like singing with the flowers around her. Beautiful. So some of this was shot on a Steadicam, and some of this was shot on like a handheld. There wasn't too much static going on, except for I think some of the scenes where they were wider, like this one. Nope, even those are on Steadicam. And Steadicam is where we do get movement, but it's very smooth. And handheld is where they rig it onto someone's shoulder, or with like a rig where they have like a whole like body armor like thing where it hangs in front of them and they hold it like this, and you get a lot more movement that way. And that way the camera operator can move around a lot more. They're a lot more stable. And a Steadicam is where they actually put, again, it's like it's also a body armor or a suit almost that they wear, but there's like a whole weight on it that stabilizes the camera, and that way you don't have as much like jerky movement. It all feels smooth. So they're definitely like, they used it at the right times, where when the band is playing, we have the handheld, it's all a lot more motion, we go back and forth. Like you can tell that the camera person, or the camera operator, sorry, was moving around a lot. And then in the moments where she's got her clean vocals and we see her, you know, in the forest or at this beautiful view with the hills in the background, it's all Steadicam, where it's all moving a lot more slowly and more smoothly. Really beautiful. And then we have this beautiful final shot. Let's just take a look. And here, this one, it's the same where she was here before, but it was just her. Now it's all three of them. And I'm guessing they shot this either from a hill that was higher from them, or they have a drone. Could be either, but they do have the beautiful zooming out effect, which is making me think that they're actually on a tripod here and they're slowly zooming out. Just ever so slightly. Beautiful. What a lovely video. There wasn't much of a story here, which is based on the comments I got from some people. I thought it would be more of like a short film story type video. It was mostly just a band performing, which is totally fine. I love those too. There's just less for me to say in terms of production. Though I hope I still was able to add some to your enjoyment of this video, you know, and how one might achieve this stuff. But there were some really stunning shots, like this one here in particular, very cinematic. Look at those reflections. I love that. And I loved her styling. The makeup was really pretty. Really they put a lot of effort into the looks of this and just the overall like creative tone of it all. and the vibe and the style of it. Very particular. And, you know, nature really is our most, you know, resourceful location, if you will. You can do so many things just with, I can imagine she was very cold, by the way, unless it was high summer, but it didn't look like it was. So if you want to check out more of my videos, I do a lot more of these, and I have done one for Spiritbox before. I did Jaded, so you can check that one out if you want. I have also reacted to bands like Sleep Token, Sabaton, Falling in Reverse, Ginger as well. You can find all of those on my channel. If you're a Spiritbox fan and you think that other fans might enjoy it too, maybe there's a Discord or a Reddit that you think you could share this on, that'd be great. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me here on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this video and see you in the next one. Peace.